All right, great win, you guys. Just going to start off with the easy one, I suppose. Threw out a different lineup in the third, I believe. A lot of younger girls we saw. So what are some things you saw out of those girls that you liked, and what was maybe just the reasoning for throwing them out there in the first place?
Reasoning-wise, I still have confidence in my entire bench. Throwing Megan Edwards out into a libero position, she's about ready. She's been practicing really hard, and she's made a 180-degree turn on since when I first started coaching her. Her confidence is building up. She's very quick. She's able to read the defense real well, and I knew I had confidence putting her out there. Brittany still has some. We still have some work with her, but she's doing a fantastic job as well. And being up two gives you a good opportunity to get some of your younger players out there and see what they can do. And they did real well. I'm proud of them.
Great. So, your first game was at Merced when you played them, lost 3-1, and you come back and win 3-1. Obviously some changes were made. Can you maybe tell us about the progress in your team from then to now, or some just changes that you made strategically for this game?
I think that this time around we were a lot more mentally tough, and our communication we've been working on a lot. So, volleyball is all about communication. So the fact that we're talking more out on the court is making us play a lot more fluidly, and it really just heightens the play. Obviously it's like night and day.
And I think just like playing them already gives us some sort of like knowledge of what they do. So we were able to practice and focus on their strengths. And, for example, they hit a lot of cut shots. So we definitely tried to practice that and talked about covering and that kind of stuff. So we were ready for their cut shots and stuff like that.
Great. So nearing the end of our season here, you've got Menlo, then Embry-Riddle, then PUC. Obviously a lot of good momentum coming from this game. What are you looking to bring from this game going forward towards the end of the regular season and then obviously in the postseason?
We're making fewer mistakes as the season goes on. Obviously, in the very beginning, that's a good time is to make those mistakes so that we can learn from those, and we've been doing just that. Every match that we've had since August 11th, we've cut our errors usually by in half every time that we play. Playing Menlo here, once again, just like Jessica said, we realized what mistakes that we made, what did they capitalize on, and that's what we practice on in our off time is for the next match, which would be Menlo. And keeping in mind that PUC and Embry-Riddle they're forces to be reckoned with as well. So we just take one match at a time.
Great. We always talk about postseason stuff, and obviously peaking at the right time right now. A big win the other night against William Jessup here, and then you've got this one. So can you maybe just talk about some things that you've been working on that you are seeing that are helping that momentum build, especially right now, in the right time of the season to do it?
I think that as far as hitting, we've been working on speed a lot, and really the ability to control the ball, like placing it. So I think, and then that builds our confidence, and that is helping us peak, I would think.
I think coming into this season, a lot of us didn't trust each other, and so we would play kind of scared. And so I think we've been playing some pretty hard games, and we've had to trust each other, and so now we know what that feels like, and we trust each other now. So when we do that, we communicate better, and we end up doing a whole lot better than we would have if we didn't trust each other or communicate.
Mm-hmm.
So, heading into the postseason pretty quick, is it more of a sort of one foot in front of the other approach, or are you kind of looking down the road to see what some things you can improve on, or just what's the approach as the season winds out?
The approach is one play at a time. We don't look postseason. We don't talk about postseason. We talk about who do we have next. So first off, we have to worry about tomorrow's practice, and then the day after's practice. And then when the time comes when whatever team we have next, which would be Menlo, we'll work on Menlo the night before. They said we don't we try not to look too far out. We want to make sure that we have, like I said, baby steps. We want let's fix this, and let's move on to the next issue. Let's fix, and that's what we've been doing since the beginning, working on one thing at a time rather than trying to fix 25 things at once. Very slowly, we find our issue, we fix it, we continue on to the next, and that's you're starting to see the team cohesiveness now. We're fixing the little mistakes. They don't happen anymore. There's a lot more, there's communication, there's trust. This is what Simpson Red Hawk Volleyball is all about. And you're just going to continue to see improvements from here on out.
Fantastic. Congrats on the win today, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.